Louis the Coin. Decades before a cadre of Secret Service agents and New Jersey gaming troopers surveilled and busted him in the parking garage of Caesars Atlantic City, in a Milano red Honda Civic with trunk stuffed full of 800 pounds of counterfeit casino chips, plus cash and an unregistered handgun, you would have found that late Louis the Coin toiling at his Italian immigrant father Benedicto's tool shop, forging handmade gavels and engraving Horval brick dentals for window lenses. That's where he learned not to make fakes, but authentic imitations. He would trial alloys of strip metal stock, peer under a microscope, cut shapes with a blanking tool on a roller mill, overlay surfaces with a vintage electric plating machine and a Mario de Maio coining press. Nothing beats Italian pasta and craftsmanship. To make molds in his closet that produced perfect tokens that allowed him to build the ultimate swindlers, the casinos. For 4 years before, well, he grew greedy. Lavish Louis and his loafers on a yacht flying one sail. LLO, ladies love outlaws. Even in prison he laughed, played bocce with the wise guys, never ratted anyone out, though he was connected to the patriarchal crime family in Providence and seen bodies in the backs of Buicks maimed beyond recognition and knew which Federal Hill jewelry shops were actually fronts for laundering money. When I met Louis years later at a benefit for young writers, he had on his arm a young woman wearing black lipstick, and all he had left over from the high life was taste for blow and Berluti alligator loafers, scuffed around the heel yet still shiny, supple as a new glove unwrapped from tissue paper on Epiphany Eve in the devoutly Catholic Colavecchio household. The last time I saw the coin, he was living alone in a weary one-bedroom in Pawtucket, which he had transformed into an atelier. Piles of wood fiber, animal glue, aluminum chloride, ultraviolet lights, melamine formaldehyde resin, in jars stacked like blackberry jam on the supermarket's shelf. It was like the enchanted inside of a sorcerer's workshop. And shifting gingerly around, not wanting to touch anything, I could hear the warning of ghosts' ballad tolling. The spirits I have summoned, I now cannot get rid of again. Now, standing at his grave at the sprawling Cranston St. Anne Cemetery, I recall that he still owes me money, and how he held up a reproduced and magnified 1/4 inch of a C note to show me the watermarks, security threads, color shifting ink, microprinting. He just knew he could exactly reproduce with practice in his kitchen sink. If suspected, he had an alibi. Undercover government counterfeit deterrence specialist. 15 more months in prison was the net result. I don't know how he weathered hypertension, wardens, dementia, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, correctional officers, chaplains, the loneliness of those last months of his life. Around me, obelisks and granite monuments and fake flowers and rosaries and votive candles and framed portraits and huge headstones engraved with anchors, lilies, weeping willows, phrases that seem flimsy when carved into stone. Loved by all, into the sunshine, Blessed Mother, till we meet again. The gates are open, on the wings of angels, and of the deceased, he must be one of the most colorful, and yet his final resting place here is one of the simplest. And there's some modern parable in that paradox which someone else can puzzle out, for dark clouds have massed on the horizon and evening's growling low. I will work this poem over the way he worked the lathes, until it shimmers with enough of him that it becomes genuine effigy and candid elegy both, faceted and beveled and 3D enough to trick the cosmic slot machines into paying out its jackpot in lurid, astonishing, confounding stories, leaving us richly barren, forever dreaming of a time that there will be more. Rest in peace, Louis.